Hey, how's it going? Tom here from Advanced Client. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can stop being a commodity in the market and start separating yourself from everybody else who offers the same service and become a unique seller in the market that clients are desperate to work with. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see this little stick man. Okay, he's a little bit deformed, he's got something wrong with his head. I don't say that you have that, but let's just represent you as this stick man right here. Okay, so you're the stick man, and let's say, for example, the service that you're offering to the market is email marketing for e-com brands. Okay, so in your eyes, you've got a fantastic service, you know what you're doing, you're brilliant at delivering results, and there's no reason that someone shouldn't want to work with you. Okay, but the problem is this is not how the market is, and this is not how the market sees you. Okay, the reality is there are thousands of other people and other businesses that are offering the exact same thing as you. Okay, the reality is, I know I've drawn a circle around all of these stick men, okay, and it looks like there's probably about maybe 1,000 stick men there. There's probably 10 times that many people on the market and businesses on the market that are offering the same thing as you right now. Okay, so this is probably a gross underrepresentation of what the current market looks like. I just didn't want to fill up my entire screen with stick men. Okay, so when a client represented by this stick man with some binoculars right here and a crown because they're super special, okay, is looking for a service, or they're being approached by other service providers within your same niche or industry, okay, they're seeing you as a commodity because they're getting hit up. Every single one of these guys is reaching out with the exact same service to this person right here. And that's because so many people offer this service and they reach out to these people. So they reach out to the client and they say, look, do you need email marketing for your ecom brand? Okay, and in the client's eyes, there are hundreds of thousands of providers out there that can do this exact same thing for the same cost as anybody else. Okay, so in their eyes, you are an absolute commodity. And the problem with this, okay, is I've drawn this sort of janky graph, but it kind of explains what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, so on the bottom you've got price, and this is price descending. So as we move across down here, the price is going down. Okay, on this axis here, we've got demand. So we've got demand is going up. To match the demand, supply is also going up. But the problem is, as demand goes up and supply goes up, there is more and more providers that are supplying the same thing over and over again. Okay, so the only thing that they can compete on to match the demand and sign clients is price. And the problem is when you're competing on purely price, okay, the only way you can go is down. You can't compete on price and charge more. Okay, this is not the luxury goods market. Okay, services, you can only charge less and less and less, and that's how you can attract clients. But this is not a way to run a business. You do not want to be moving down with your price when you're operating in a business. Okay, this is just not what you want to do. It's not a good way to operate your business, and it is just going to cut at your margins, and it's bad for everyone around. Okay, the reality is it is better for everybody involved when you charge high prices. Okay, and the reason for this is that from your side, you get paid more money. That means that you can invest more money into your business and get better people to operate within your business, which means the client gets better service and gets better results. Okay, if the client pays you less money, then you're not able to invest as much money in their success, meaning that their success is limited by what you can actually do. Okay, and if they're not paying you enough, what you can actually do is probably pretty limited. Okay, so it is better for the client to pay more money to a reputable business who's not just going to screw them over and take all that as margin, but actually invest that into their business. Okay, that's why it's always kind of dodgy when you hear these marketing agencies that are running on like 90% margin. All that tells you is that they're not investing any money into their service at all. They're not paying for anything, and they're taking it all as margin, and therefore it's not worth the money to spend on them. Okay, so it's always good to find out, sort of what a margin an agency is operating on. 30-40%, pretty healthy margins for a business. Most businesses are not operating anywhere near on those margins. So if they are operating on those margins, that's healthy. But when you hear things like 90% of a margin, that's kind of ridiculous. They're not investing in their own delivery, and then you're not getting the best service that you could be. Okay, but this is why it's always important, and it's better for everybody involved to charge higher prices so then you can invest properly in your service and your client can get the best result possible. Okay, now, so how do you actually separate yourself from the market? So we've looked at what the current situation is and why it's a bad thing to be seen as a commodity by a client. So how do we actually separate ourselves from the market? Well, the only way we can do that is with two methods: unique mechanism and authority. Okay, and they both tie directly into each other. So I talk about this graph or this sort of diagram quite often, and this is the components of an offer. This is how an offer is built. Okay, so the main thing that an entire offer is built on is a specific problem. So the specific problem is the pain point that you're solving for a business. Okay, we already know there's a specific problem because there's lots and lots of demand for that exact thing that you're offering. Okay, so we have a specific problem. That is fantastic. The unique mechanism is the thing that justifies to the client or the prospect at that time, okay, that the pricing and terms will solve their specific problem. Okay, so your unique mechanism justifies the pricing and terms that you charge to solve the specific problem. That's why it's always better for your situation that your specific problem is as painful and as costly as possible to the prospect. You want it to be painful, you want it to cost them lots and lots of money so that you can build a unique mechanism that justifies your high pricing and terms. Okay, so if you want to increase the chances that a prospect will believe your unique mechanism, okay, so your unique mechanism has to be convincing to the prospect. They have to see this as convincing, otherwise they will not believe that you can solve their specific problem. That's not a good thing, okay? So the way that you can increase their chances of them believing your unique mechanism could solve the specific problem is by increasing your authority. And there's only three ways really that you can increase your authority as a business owner. The first one is time in the game. Okay, so if you're just starting out as a sort of beginner business owner, or you don't have a lot of experience, then you are not going to have a lot of authority. Okay, you're not going to have a lot of authority because you've got no experience. Okay, so you can only really get experience by having time in the game. Okay, so time in the game will increase your authority. Now, you can also increase your authority by posting on social media and not being a ghost in the market. And this means becoming an expert figure on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and potentially on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so posting really relatable, high value content, tutorials, guides, all those sort of things, just like I'm doing right now, on things to do with what you have to offer in the market. Okay, so becoming an expert, an authority figure in the minds and eyes of your prospects. Okay, and also number three is having amazing case studies, testimonials, reviews, all those sort of things where you can show that you have generated lots and lots of money for your clients. Okay, so this is how you increase your authority: time in the game, posting on social media and becoming an expert figure in your prospects' eyes, and having amazing case studies that you can leverage to increase your authority. And increasing your authority increases the chance that your unique mechanism is going to be believed, because your authority is the proof that the unique mechanism works. Okay, the more case studies, more results you have, the more it proves that the unique mechanism that you're suggesting can solve a specific problem is believed. Okay, now, having a convincing unique mechanism allows you to increase your pricing and terms because you are separating yourself from everybody else in the market. You are no longer offering a service, you are offering a unique mechanism to solve a specific problem, and therefore you can charge whatever you want because no one else in the market is offering that unique mechanism to solve that specific problem. Okay, that's why you can then charge much higher prices. Now, if you are not in a situation where you have high perceived authority because you don't have time in the game, you haven't posted on social media and build up a social media following, and you don't have lots and lots of amazing case studies, then what you need to do is rely on your risk reversal. Okay, you need to put a lot more emphasis and focus on your risk reversal. Okay, so your risk reversal to the client is a way of guaranteeing that their investment in your unique mechanism is protected. Okay, so if you don't have a lot of authority, if your unique mechanism is not that convincing because you don't have lots and lots of proof, then you need to have a risk reversal so that the client, when they're taking a risk on your unique mechanism to solve that specific problem, they know that their investment is guaranteed. And if you're beginning in business, then you just need to take that risk. Okay, you might lose some money, but at the same time, if you are good at what you do, then you won't have to, give that money back a lot. You won't have to do lots and lots and lots of risk reversals. The chances are you probably do 1% of all the sales that you make, you'll have to give their money back. So if you don't have to do that, then that is fantastic, okay? But what this does is it increases the trust that your clients have for you, okay? And increases their trust in your unique mechanism, and it makes them feel safe, makes them feel relaxed, and it makes them much more likely to go ahead. And at the same time as this as well, it also, sorry, my cat's just joining me here. It also keeps them calm, keeps them relaxed, and allows them to not get stressed out anymore about the money that they've spent investing in your unique mechanism that will solve their specific problem. Okay, so that right there is how you can separate yourself as a commodity on the market by utilizing a unique mechanism, building out your authority, and building out the offer there so that no longer you are stuck as this commodity figure within this market. Okay, if you like the video, then hit like. Make sure you subscribe for more B2B outbound videos. There is also 7 free B2B outbound trainings in the first link in the bio. Okay, so if you're interested in getting those, click the link, sign up, go for it. Okay.